I told someone on another platform maybe a couple of days ago, I said, PDP has played its hands completely in the South. It's now on the place where, say last card, check up. PDP is now at last card, check up. And the only card they can play, ironically, is Peter.
Peter Obi.
That's the only card they have.
He's in the ADC.
Peter is not serious. He doesn't even know where his pathway to victory is. Peter could have stayed in his LP and there would have been a clear pathway to victory.
There was a leadership crisis.
Can you stop?
Uncertainty.
Every time Peter has to move, it's always somebody else but not Peter. I don't deal with that kind of laziness. The responsibility.
Are you saying that Peter Obi is lazy?
Extremely. When it comes to structural thinking, he's very lazy. It's lazy to think that if he had been in Abga all this year, he couldn't have built this crowd, he would have. It's lazy for him to say that if he was in PDP, he couldn't still have been, he would have. It's extremely irritatingly lazy to think that if he can't solve the problem of the LP, he would have. Now he has joined himself with people that I know he can't even win primaries in their midst. I know Atiku very well, and nobody takes him for granted when it comes to primary. You know why? He has institutional experience of how these things have worked out since 1992. You don't come into a political party where that kind of man is running for ticket and you think you're just going to start screaming your balls and say, I'm not going to agree if it to be to who and who's going to listen to that nonsense. Then you have to look at the other stakeholders that are there. There's the Buhari groupings that make up a very Rufai Pantami and all of that. You're going to bully those ones. Do they look like people that are easily bullied? So what are you doing there? If your numbers are your 6 million animated numbers that you got the last time, do you not understand that leaders have responsibility to manage the house? It's like the father of a house running out just because some kids are crying. Your duty is to attend to the problem. Some of them you have to punish. Some of them you have to scold. Some of them you have to pamper. Peter isn't capable of organizing anything apart from this silly show he does all what he will. But hey, it's still something because there's animated energy there. There's enough energy, and luckily for him, there's also some entitlement legitimacy. Let me break down to you. You can't be in People's Democratic Party of Nigeria and not know that Indigos are the ones that have been carrying that party. And once we lost them, look at us. If we can bring them back and we can just say, okay, Peter, we're sorry about that, then you will see immediately all that energy will come back behind them and they may be able to run their grassroots play well. And Peter will not be competing with too many people for ticket. What Peter is not saying is that every election needs to be remeasured. In measuring 2027, you have to understand that the Southeast cannot keep suffering because of the ambition of one person. And you also have to understand that that energy, that indigo energy, is no longer exclusively his now. You have champions in the Southeast like Dave Umahi. Underrate them for your own good. You have people like Soludo, speaking the right tough language. Look, the other day just told them, you guys don't go to work on Monday, I'm shutting the market. Good luck. That's how a leader behaves. A leader tells people of consequence.
That is how a leader should supposed to behave. Yes, as this man says, Soludo make a threat to the Onitsha Market Traders Association, and they are responding positive to that because really Monday is supposed to be a business. They not sit at home because life must go on. But let us talk about what this man said about Peter Obi. Is Peter Obi, is he making mistake by jumping from one party to other? Because sometimes people will speak some word maybe because the person is not in support of the person that we want, we will not take his words serious. He make a point here. Do we think that Peter Obi can get the ticket of ADC, where they have those big names like Atiku, Amechi, Elufai, and now Kwankwaso is coming? How are they going to merge this thing so that Peter Obi, because if Peter Obi still remain in Labour Party, putting 6 million plus votes in 2023, if he still remain in Labour Party and they manage the crisis very well and they still contest there, I believe that there may be a strong reason for him to, win this coming election based on LP. But I hope that the coalition that they are planning, that they plan it very well, because the zoning still remain for the south South or the South. Why the North will take over after the next 4 years, as we all know. This man rightly said that PDP have zoned it to the South. So there is nothing Atiku Abubakar, as of me, is still looking to get the primary. He is the master of winning primary. There's no two ways about it. He can lobby people, he can bribe his way and get the ticket. But we are not talking about getting the ticket and lose the election. We are talking about putting force together to get the ticket, win the election, to save Nigeria, to deliver Nigeria from what we are experiencing now as a nation. So what is your thought about what this man said about Peter Obi? Is Peter Obi really lazy, as this man said? Let us hear your comment at the comment section. Let's discuss this issue, because I believe that if this video can go wide, it can, spark a kind of debate. Let people talk about jumping from one party to another. This time around, if he did not get the ticket of ADC, what is the hope? Let's assume that Atiku Abubakar get the ticket again, or is he going to step down for him? Because as long as I am concerned, the main contender there is Peter Obi and Atiku Abubakar. Anyone who get this ticket is going to challenge Ahmed Bola Tinubu at the poll. So, what are we saying about it? Do you think Peter Obi will get the ticket, or do you think he will try to play a second fiddle by being the vice to Atiku again? Or do you think he can go back to PDP because Labour Party is no-go area? What is your thought? We are discussing how we will save our country, Nigeria, and deliver our country from the bunch of what we are experiencing now called leadership. For this, what we have now is not leadership, it is not government at all, but what we have now is just preamble is what we have as government in place in Nigeria. So I want to hear your thoughts. Thank you for watching, and please join us for more. As long as this build-up for 2027 election is concerned, we are here to give you an update as it happens. See you in my next video.